And thank you so much for tuning in here to ARC Florida. We continue at 9:30 here with the immigration enforcement being a hot topic of making headlines. We've got our Katie Benty here joining us on ARC Florida. And President Trump is making some major moves here. On his first day in office, the president called on the U.S. Attorney General to pursue the death penalty in cases where undocumented immigrants commit capital crimes. Well, Florida lawmakers are taking it a step further. Katie, what'd you find out?
Yes, this was really interesting because, they really wanted to piggyback off of Trump's agenda, which made sense. But instead of seeking the death penalty, they wrote a provision in their own act, the Trump Act, proper name for that, mandating it. So any illegal immigrant who was to commit a capital crime, whether that be murder or child rape, was mentioned in the act, mandatory execution, which was really interesting because a lot of questions kind of come about with that. It's, can you even mandate something like that? That is one thing that I was digging into yesterday, and there really wasn't a definitive answer with the U.S. Supreme Court law and how this would go about. So that was really the most interesting part of it for me.
Well, I think a big question as we're going through this right now is trying to sort of figure out what rights do immigrants have if they are here illegally, but they are still here on U.S. soil. How much are they protected by the Constitution? I know that's sort of a huge debate here.
It is a huge debate, and that's something that we're probably going to see moving forward because right now, it's really not clear. It doesn't seem like there is anything just written out where it's like, yes, 110%, this is what it is.
Yeah. And that's obviously a big thing with the Lake and Riley Act that I know Democrats that did oppose it were, upset that it seems to take due process sort of away from these people that have been just accused of crimes, never mind actually gone through the process of being convicted of crimes. And kind of how Florida and Florida law handles all that is becoming quite the debate.
Oh, we are definitely seeing a debate heat up from Florida right now, and it's the craziest thing because it seems to be our Governor Ron DeSantis, against his own party right now. Yeah.
Well, and I wanted to bring up a tweet too. We talked about this with Victoria Cardenas yesterday. Is that this is kind of why this is interesting is sort of two sides. One, because of how we deal with the immigration problem, and the other issue being the fact that we've got Florida Republicans are now seemingly at odds with Governor Ron DeSantis. They have fallen in line for the last 5 years. But here we have Senator Randy Fine posting this on X yesterday, calling Ron DeSantis Rhino Ron. Says Donald Trump asked us to pass a bill to help him, not to give the job to you. Instead, it's what voters wanted. You wouldn't have come in third last year when he ran for president. So it does seem here that Florida Republicans right now are sort of lining up behind Trump and lining up on the other side of Ron DeSantis, because that is a huge deal with the difference between what Governor DeSantis was pushing and what the Trump Act is. It has the Director of Agriculture basically in charge of this instead of having Ron DeSantis in charge of it.
It is actually crazy because, just when the special legislative session happened that Ron DeSantis called, the lawmakers were basically like, no. And they called their own, and they were sat down and they came up with this whole policy that some of it does align with Governor Ron DeSantis on the immigration laws, but a lot of it really aligned with President Trump's agenda in ways that I guess the governor was not pleased with. He made that very vocal yesterday.
Which now it seems like he's going to veto this Trump Act.
Yes, it seems. It's almost definitive. I think he tweeted. He's like, the pen is ready.
The veto pen's ready.
It's ready. And they were ready to go. But he's just been very vocal. I think a lot of it is he's been bringing the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, FHP. He's been speaking with all of these local and state agencies. And they're saying that with the Trump Act, that's this bill that they're trying to pass now, it doesn't give them the same power and the same strength to work with, ICE and sort of getting these illegal undocumented immigrants out of the country.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. We've got the regular session starting here in about a month, and with Republicans at odds with Governor DeSantis, Democrats there at odds with everybody. How exactly does anything get passed when we need actual other things for our state when our regular session starts in about a month? It's going to be interesting to see. Katie Benty, thank you so much for joining us here on ARC Florida.